docking stations. You ever have a laptop and you want to use it as a PC? Then you need a docking station. If you're a businessman and you like to bring your laptop home and work on it and then bring that same laptop to work and just plug it in with one cable and not have to deal with any of the fuss, then you found the right place. So Anker went ahead and sent me the mother of docking stations. They sent me two of the best docking stations in existence. The first one, it's an Anker Prime DL7400 docking station. It's got display. It does two 4K screens, one 8K screen. It shows a little display of the refresh rate and the resolution of each monitor on the screen, and the docking station itself takes most of the load off of your device, so that potentially a low power device should be able to run on crazy monitors. We're going to test that because my laptop has no GPU and we have 3 monitors here, and I only have one laptop for the review, so let's hope that it does take some of the performance off, because I don't think my laptop would be able to handle connecting to 3 monitors normally. And if you're on macOS, you can install DisplayLink to do it just like Windows, and it's compatible with pretty much any devices for charging. So if you want to come in and also use it just to plug in your phone or any kind of device you want to charge, you can also do that too. It says with the DL7400 chip and also the ability to use DisplayLink, you can literally use anything with this. You can use Mac, you can use Windows, anything you want, it'll work on there. They made sure to put the time in to make sure that everybody can use it. So now I'm just going to plug all 3 monitors in, and I'll show you the little display that shows your resolution and refresh rate. Unfortunately, I don't have an 8K monitor and 2 4K monitors, but I can't remember the resolution and refresh rate for some of these. So I mean, at least Anker will let me know. Appreciate it, Anker. These might be all 1440. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out here on the Noodlenick channel today. Let's go ahead and get it all plugged in, and I'll see you there in a second once it's all set up. I forgot to mention, as I was plugging this in, it doesn't have some fat transformer block on it like for this monitor right here. Look at this thing. That's annoying, isn't it? It's really heavy, and technically this looks like it's a long cord, but it's not. There's a lot of stress on that cord. I don't like these big heavy blocks. I think it's the lazy man's way out. And Anker so what they did is they put an integrated power supply inside the device itself, just so that you don't have to have a block. So I think that's a really cool thing, just so you have like one little cable. It doesn't even have a ground, which is actually really handy. You could put that into a power strip amongst all 12 other things that you shouldn't be plugging in also with the power strip. Anyways, yeah, so good job on that, Anker. Okay, so everything's set up, all the HDMIs and everything. Monitors connected to the Anker himself, Mr. DL7400 docking station. If you click it, you click the little knob, and then you can cycle through the different screens. So we're going to cycle to DisplayLink signal, and then it'll show us our refresh rate and our resolution. So potentially, all we have to do here is, you have a Thunderbolt compatible device. If you go on your laptop and you look right here on the Type-C port, and there's a little lightning bolt, then this should work. Then that means you have Thunderbolt kind of compatibility. It's more of like an Apple feature, but basically pretty much made for docking stations, faster transfer speeds, faster connectivity. So that's the port that you want to plug it in. So all you have to do is, you have all this stuff set up at your desk right here, and you have a Type-C right here, which I'll plug in, and then whenever you're ready to leave for the day, you just unplug it. So this is now all I need to get my Nemo laptop onto those 3 displays. Let's do it. 10 gigabyte per second. There's 3 ports on the front, 3 Type-Cs, 2 10 gigabyte per second ports, and a 5 gigabyte per second port. My God, so much power. All right, so we got everything set up now. Laptop's extended. There's proof. There's the displays. DisplayLink signal. I got one 1080p 60 hertz over there. I got a 2560 by 1440 60 hertz here, and a 2560 by 1440 60 hertz here. And I have the Nemo laptop plugged into this. First of all, I just want to say that. That's pretty crazy. It's not even warm yet. I really think this thing is putting in some work. All right, so it's got fast charging and fast data transfer for all the ports, all the Type-C ports. Like I said on the front, you got 2 10 gigs and 1 5 gig. With the 4 USB ports in total, there's 1 USB-C on the back. That's the one that you use to plug into your computer. So with all 4 of them put together, you can get up to 160 watts of power through this thing. It supports Power IQ, power distribution throughout all the Type-C ports. When used individually, the one on the back that you plug into your laptop can do up to 140 watts just to that port by itself, and then the ones on the front can do up to 100 by themselves. This thing's a beast of a charger, so I'm just going to plug in a bunch of devices and we'll test that, make sure that they all actually charge and it's not just like not working, you know, reading it as a file or doing something weird. So I have a variety of devices that I'm just going to plug into it. So let's let's go ahead and do that. Give me just a second. Okay, we went ahead and plugged in my entire life. I have every single USB port taken up. I got the keyboard, I got the mouse, I got these headphones, they're flashing, I got these charging. It shows how much power is coming out of each slot. So like my these headphones are taking up 0.8 watts. These headphones right here are taking up 1.5 watts. And then this phone plugged in, this is my OnePlus phone. This one's taking up 7.5 watts. And then I have more stuff plugged into the back. Like I said, I have every USB port taken up. There's the Type-C, that's taken up by the laptop. And then I have here, I have HDMI, and then I have an HDMI, and then a DisplayPort. And then on this cord, I have, this is the keyboard cord here. And then I have this is a portable battery. This one's charging up good. This one's plugged into the back. And I have my dongle for my mouse. Even though it's plugged into the docking station and not my laptop, it works on my laptop. My laptop screen closed. These three screens are from the Nemo, and the Nemo is not even panicking about it. And it's also charging 2 pairs of headphones, a portable battery, a phone, and it's got a keyboard and mouse plugged into it. That's pretty cool. It can charge a whole bunch of devices all at once is the point I'm trying to make there very vividly. And remember, it's all just that one little power cord, just that one little guy, and all this stuff is being powered from that one plug. So if you're the type of person that has a power strip that's full, or USB ports just max on your office, you know, your office setup, then this might be the move, because you could literally plug in so much stuff into this one thing. Okay, so you can get real-time updates and charging information from the app. It's got a little 2.26 inch high definition LCD display here. You got a little clock here, and the calendar is just like kind of your screensaver. It's got a bunch of different information that you can flip through. It's got charging and data transfer information. It's got screen projection information, and it also has the temperature of itself in there, just in case you want to take a look at that, make sure it's not getting too hot. And then of course each menu also has like a secondary smaller menu where you can get a little bit more in depth on each thing. And you can also change the screen brightness, and you can mess with how the buttons interact and what you do when you push them. When you can set that up yourself if you don't like the way that it's set up by default. And that's also where you can take a look at your active shield information, but we'll get a little bit more into that later. And most of that information also, like I have it pulled up here, it's also in the Anker Dock Manager. So if you don't like flipping through the screen, then you can also look at the exact same thing but on your monitor. And you can also adjust the way that the clock looks if you can flip through them real quick here. Okay, so here are the different modes for it. You got a little flower one. Oh, tech, wow. The moon haunts you. Got a little shield. That's all the different modes. I think I'm gonna stick with that one. That one's cool. Another handy little tip, you can also use the little dial button. You can press it for 2 seconds to turn off the screen, or you can hold it down for 5 seconds to turn off the device completely. Also, for a lot of this stuff, you do have to download the Anker Dock Manager app. This is the Anker Dock Manager app. If you just Google Anker Dock Manager, it's the first one there, and you just download that for Windows or Mac. Anker's a pretty trustworthy brand, so I wouldn't worry too much about downloading software from Anker. Everybody knows who Anker is. I don't think they're trying to pull anything, so I would recommend at least getting the Dock Manager app so that you can take a look at the device data monitoring, the DisplayCast assistant, and you also get your firmware upgrades and like technical support and like fault diagnosis, troubleshooting, stuff like that. So if you ever have any issues, then the app would be the best place to get that. Okay, let's talk about cooling a little bit. This thing's got active cooling for top performance. It's got Active Shield 3.0, which basically is a protection feature that monitors the device's temperature 24/7. You know, it's never going to overheat. If it does, it's got protections in place. If it starts to overheat, it's got a couple cooling fans. It's got 2 different cooling fans that will adjust based on the needs for the device, based on how high the temperature is and stuff like that. So the way that the cooling works on this, it draws in cold air from the left side, it draws in cold air right there, and then it pushes out hot air out the back. Okay, it basically does this with a built-in fan. That's how it removes the heat. It's got a built-in fan, so I'll go ahead and take the temperature of the left side, see what it's at. 78.9. Left side, the cold side, 78.9. That means it's about, yeah, it's about 77 in here. And then the back of it, I can feel the hot air coming out right here. What do we get? 87.4. That's quite the heat being removed. That's quite work being done. Definitely better to have the Anker device doing a majority of the work here versus the Nemo, because the Nemo, gets pretty warm on the keyboard when it gets overworked. because it doesn't have a GPU, it doesn't have great cooling. Let's be honest, laptops don't have great cooling, so it'd be nice to offset some of the performance and some of the cooling from the laptop and put it on this thing instead, because clearly it's more efficient than Mr. Nemo over here. So I also forgot to mention that you can track the temperature right here, and you can change the modes here. It says Active Shield 3.0 is active, total protecting hours 0. We just turned it on. Anything else here? It's just in performance mode right now. It's in fan cooling level 1. And it's got a little gauge here for how hot it is. So right now it's very low. It's not really doing much. I mean, we're not doing much on the computer. All we have is just the Dock Manager app open, so it's not doing a whole lot. It is charging all of these devices still, and this portable battery. It even went up 1%. Remember, it was at 63. It's charging all this stuff. The phone was at 8%. Now it's at 25. So it's going. It's got all this stuff plugged into it, and it's only doing this level of cooling. It could be to here. So clearly this thing's still got a little bit of headroom. Okay, and the last but not least, really, the only thing I forgot to mention is that with all the Type-C ports, you can also transfer data. Pretty cool little thing. It's also got a headphone jack. It's got an SD card slot. It's got a TF card slot. Also, this especially helps if your laptop doesn't have any of this stuff, because now it does. If you have the docking station with the SD card slot and your laptop doesn't have it, I'm about to show you in a second why that's important. Because on the back, there's one free port back here that I didn't explain to you guys or tell you guys about. You wanna know what it is? It's an Ethernet port. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Nemo is online now. We don't have an Ethernet port on Nemo. I'll show you. We also don't have a TF card reader, so that's kind of nice. Since we don't have Ethernet, I've never been able to have Ethernet for Nemo. I mean, we have really fast wireless, but I'm just gonna do a quick speed test on wireless. Smash a like for TP-Link. Okay, so 570 down, 23 up. Now I'm gonna give Nemo the Ethernet that he so desperately deserves, and then we'll see what the speed is there. Okay, here we go, Nemo. Welcome to 2025. I'm doing it to him again. Let's go, dude. There's no way. Nemo has never seen 900 upload. Holy crap. Yo, that's so huge. Oh, yes. Look at that latency too. That ain't bad, dude. Now Nemo's good. See, you don't need a new laptop. You just need an Anker Prime DL7400 docking station. Who would have thought? Okay, so now we are going to, I'm just going to drag a file. Let's try a gig. $90 megabyte speed. Okay, that's pretty quick. That's quick for a gig. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely faster. We have like a little USB attachment for an SD card reader, like just an extender that I have for my PC, and that thing's a little slow, but this thing definitely beats it. All right, so you can transfer files, you can do all that stuff. So that's the DL7400. That's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and show you the other thing that they have to offer. This one's a bit of a smaller form factor. It's got a big power button on it. It doesn't have a display. It's a little bit different, but it's also made for a bit of a different use case scenario. It's the Anker TB5 docking station. This one's made, you know, mostly for goated Apple gamers, or if you're a real Thunderbolt user, then this is your man. But especially if you like Apple, you have a Mac, you want to put it onto a monitor, then this is your man. So it's a chunky boy. It's pretty similar. It's got a little bit fewer features when it comes to actual plugs and stuff, but inside it's a freaking beast. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, shall we? Okay, so like I said, this is the Anker Prime TB5. It's got Thunderbolt port on the back. This is where you plug your computer in. It's got 2 more Type-Cs there. This is the first batch of docking stations that have deeply integrated Thunderbolt 5. So this is Thunderbolt 5, brand new Thunderbolt. Top of the line, top of the spec. This is the most updated technology when it comes to docking stations and connecting your computer to a monitor conveniently. Thunderbolt 5 technology, it can do transfers of up to 120 gigabytes per second. That's insane. 3 times faster than Thunderbolt 4. So it can basically easily handle an 8K display and high-speed data transfer at the same time through the same port. Just one Type-C port, that's it. So if you have a Thunderbolt 5 SSD, you can transfer a 150 gig file in 25 seconds. On Thunderbolt 4, it would take about a minute, so easily double as quick. But like I said, you get those fast transfer speeds only if you use Thunderbolt 5. so you have to get a specific Thunderbolt 5 SSD to get those really fast ones. So it's got one Thunderbolt 5 upstream port, and it's got two Thunderbolt 5 downstream ports, and it also supports daisy chain expansion. It's got 140 watt high-speed charging for your laptop. Like I said, having my laptop plugged in, no need for external power. It's getting powered actively from the docking station, so literally just one cable is all you need. And it's really small. That's another main part of this, is that with docking stations you don't want to take up your whole desk. It's really a convenience product, so it's kind of annoying to just have everything everywhere. That's why they have the on this one they have the same smooth cord, no transformer block, and it also fits. I think I had it sitting under here. It fits underneath your monitor. It's real tiny, barely tell it's there. It looks like part of the computer. It looks like a little mini PC. I actually have a mini PC, literally the same size almost. This is a little bit bigger than the mini PC, but that's not bad. You know, for comparison, the new iPhone, this is the small version. This is the big version of the iPhone. And that's our little tablet. So just a bit of a size comparison for you. Okay, so the cooling fan on this one is supposed to be a lot quieter. It's mostly, I think all the cooling is on either side here. So like I said, heat dissipation principle remains the same. Cold air in, hot air out. They self-developed an intelligent cooling technology to kind of take care of everything for you. So they developed their own software for it, their own controls for it, for the temperature control. So I think it's really cool. They told me that it was quiet. And I mean, it's on. Overall, like I can't hear it running. Maybe once I have it connected, but I mean, it's on, it's going. I just don't hear anything. Last but not least, it's nice and plugged in. I mean, this thing's just incredible. I don't hear a thing. It's also got a bunch of different lighting modes. The main difference between this one and the DL7400 is that this one only does 2 screens and the footprint's a little smaller, but it's got this nice little LED light, a bunch of different modes. It does your Ethernet, it does your Thunderbolt 5, it does really fast Thunderbolt 5 speeds. So if you're looking for something that's more Thunderbolt 5 based, or you have a Mac, definitely check this one out. So if you want all those other features like a little screen and more customizability, and you have multiple monitors and not just 2, you have 3, then check out the DL7400. But if like I said, you're a goated Apple user, check out the TB5. Definitely something for everybody there. So click the link in the description, check Anker out, see if they have anything for you. I'll leave the links for these 2 specifically. If you're a laptop person and you know you use a laptop for business, you come home, you know, you have one laptop but you have 2 setups, this thing's perfect for you for real. Like, it's pretty great. If you have a laptop that's not that good, this thing can instantly upgrade it, and it's way cheaper than buying a new laptop. So definitely check it out. Highly recommend. Thanks, Anker. DL7400, TB5, check them out. I'll see you guys in the next tech review. Peace.